village things were going rightly after a while. It was a village of happy chimpanzees. Life was smooth. But, like in every society, there are certain threats too. And like every society, there are some heroes too. A few days later, Jedric's younger brother Sam with his friend went near the skirts of the village near seashore for fishing, as he was fond of it. As the boys were fishing, submarine Napiers and a guy shot a sleeping dart to Sam, which was hit exactly on his neck. The boy escaped from there and ran towards the village to Sam's elder brother Jedric. Jedric here was working as he saw the boy coming towards his direction and left the work and listened to him. As he listened, he rushed towards the shore. But there was no sign of Sam, and he was gone. The only thing boy remembered was a logo on the ship, and he described about it to Jedric. Meanwhile, the boy Sam was brought to the lab for some experimental process. was the lab of Dr. Hawks, who monitored the chimpanzee and used to do experiments on them to make a powerful species. He used to guide the fellow doctors to take samples for the boy's blood. He was a man who chased the purpose to make a strong species who can be controlled by them. On the other hand, frightened Jedrick for his brother kidnapped was in search of the legend, the Master. He was a senior and the most honorable person in the village. He used to sit behind a gathering place of jungle. Jedrick asked the man who was the bartender there about him, and he followed him to the room of Master. Jedrick explained the Master about the situation. As he listened to him, he told him that the story is being repeated and also has been repeated from last many years, as he is also a person who suffered from the same situation. was long back, in this peaceful, calm, natural land. In the bare island, some concrete structures came in existence. Movement of small ships in the sea, and helicopters were seen regularly in this area. But the innocent sons of nature were just cool viewers of all these changes. One thing that everybody marked was a logo on the ship and helicopters and sometime visible guards on it. One day Master was roaming on the skirts of the jungle. He found something annoying, so he kept on searching that what's wrong. As he looked, he found a big ship near the seashore. And suddenly he felt a noise of some feet behind him. When he turned back, he saw a human coming towards him to catch him. He tried to escape but not succeeded in escaping and got caught. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in a lab in a steel prison in which many chimpanzees were there with him, and many were unconscious lying on the bed. He suffered from the wrath of humans, like giving infections to him and many other evil things. They used to catch them and preserve them in machines for the experimental purpose. The labs were very dangerous for the chimpanzees. They were treated like nothing but just an object. The master tried to escape many times but never succeeded. But he never gave up and tried, and he succeeded and came back to jungle, never looking back again. He founded a safe place and make a living there. When he saw such humans, he started to live like them, to be secure from them, and taught his jungle mates about them. Which explains clearly that one group is behind all these activities. Master described everything about the island where the missing chimpanzees were taken, and were treated badly in a bad environment. As he told Jedrick about this mischief, his blood got boiled and he decided to rescue all the chimpanzee on the island. And then Jedrick and Master made a rescue plan for the chimpanzees on the island. The other day, Jedrick started his training to beat every evil on the island. The Master described everything about the island on the way, as he himself was there a long time ago. the investor, businessman, Mr. Wilson, who is behind all this and behind this evil plan to make chimpanzees powerful and controllable, is explaining or discussing his evil plans with Dr. Hawks and the fellow doctors who are involved in this mission.
In these prisons, chimpanzees are very often caged alone and deprived of the freedom, autonomy, and meaningful social interaction that they need. There are no families, no companions, no grooming, and no nests. There are only cold, hard steel bars and concrete, and terror and loneliness that go on for so many years that most chimpanzees sink into depression, eventually losing their minds. As a result of having to endure the terror and pain of having their bodies routinely violated for experiments and the loneliness of their tiny steel and concrete prison cells, many chimpanzees bear lifelong emotional scars. Numerous studies have shown that even long after they have been retired from experimentation, many chimpanzees exhibit abnormal behavior indicative of depression and post-traumatic stress. They suffer from symptoms such as social withdrawal, anxiety, and loss of appetite. They pull out their own hair, bite themselves, and pace incessantly. Had been tormenting chimpanzees in NIH-funded experiments for hepatitis C, placing swarms of mosquitoes on chimpanzees to infect them with malaria, and other cruel studies. After learning that biocool was separating young chimpanzees from their mothers, locking them in individual cages, infecting them with norovirus, which causes diarrhea, vomiting, and stomach pain, and then subjecting them to months of painful biopsy procedures, PETA purchased stock in the company to urge it to phase out the use of chimpanzees and called on NIH to cut funding for the experiments. Just 6 months after PETA purchased the biocool stock, the company announced that it was ending all its chimpanzee experiments.